Welcome back to Cannes Lion, and today is China Day. I want to talk to one of the behemoths in the space, and that's of course Tencent. I'm now joined by S.Y. Lau, who is the chairman for global marketing and global branding for Tencent. It's a pleasure to speak to you here in Cannes, and you're very much dominant along with the two other major players in China when it comes to digital advertising. And then Facebook and Google very much dominate the US market. They account for more than 50% of the digital ad spend there. How difficult is it for you to break into that market, and vice versa? We've seen that it's extremely difficult and tricky for the likes of Google and Facebook to break into the Chinese markets because of local regulations. Can there ever be a swap of the sort of market share, or do you think it'll remain very much distinct?
Well, you really don't know what you don't know, I suppose. First of all, I don't think we are dominating the advertising market in China. The China internet, well, let's put it this way. The China digital economy landscape is one that are characterized by open system, the sharing economy, if you like. So it is not exactly whereby a certain firms could actually potentially be dominating a certain segment for the longest time. Good old Adam Smith used to talk about the invisible hands of the economy, and the way that we understand it is that it basically means entrepreneurship. We are in the business of building we are in the business of trying to help shaping, constructing, and then building infrastructure that would help China develop further into a digital economy structure. And by so doing that, I think one of the key learnings that we have had is that this is a business of disrupting the old practices. And we are concerned that we might be disrupted as well. So back to the questions of dominance, I don't think we are set to dominate anything. Now, there's a huge difference fundamentally between the market segmentations of advertising between China and versus the US. US is such a great market. There are so much things that we could learn from the world of communication, marketing, commercial for that matter. In US today, that market size is 1.6 times larger than the advertising size in China. And despite the fact that research reports have shown that by end of this year or maybe next year, Asia Pacific advertising market is going to be larger in quantity versus the US. But if you were to crunch the number deeper, you realize that the market, what do you call it, the per capita expenditure per head in the US is like $255 US, whereas in Asia averagely $39. So they're still pretty upside. Then back into China, Tencent's passion to begin with is to connect people. So we pride ourselves by over the years, the past 18 years, we are a young company. The world might think that we are global in that sense, but the concept of global doesn't quite ring a lot of bells within our eagerness to please and to satisfy our user experience.
You talk about the fact that you've been fostering entrepreneurship. You've also invested into a lot of Silicon Valley startups and a lot of companies there. And I'm just trying to think about this mindset of entrepreneurship within a company that's so huge. You're one of the biggest companies in China. Does that really work together?
Well, it has to be. It has to be something that we got to keep figuring out. I suppose that's one of the values of leadership and one of the scientific contributions of management. The American companies, a country with more than 200 years of existence, has got hundreds of companies that has gone through hundreds of years. The GEs of the world, the Coca-Colas of the world, and even French companies, L'Oreal and all that. Tencent is 18 years old. So we are really still at the stage whereby I understand in the US, 18 years old, you can't even buy a glass of beer in a pub, right? So, but on the other hand, we realize that 18 years old is the time whereby you have to face your adulthood. It comes with responsibility. It comes with facing your biggest fear. And in our context, probably our biggest fear would be, what if one fine day when I wake up in the morning, my family members, my friends, they have decided that perhaps WeChat wasn't the most important thing that could help them serve an unmet need. What if one fine day in the morning, whereby my partners, whether it was Nestle or whether it was Coca-Cola, they realized that the platforms of Tencent wasn't exactly the most appropriate platform that would help them meet their marketing mission in the eras of digital advertising, in the era of digital economy. So how do we prevent such things from happening within the world of Tencent? Disruptive mindset will be one that we encourage within our own company. In fact, within our own various business segment and business units, we encourage internal competitions. So there's no hold bar. There's a clear sense of integrity whereby clear sets of rules are being established. Whoever wins, may the best win. And that's the best way that you can stay relevant to the market. Why, today we might be 40,000 people. Out of these 40,000 people, everybody is very young at heart. I'm 52, by the way. Everybody's very young at heart. Everybody wanted to serve for the purpose of excelling.
Finally, before I let you go, what can we expect from Tencent over the next 12 months when it comes to marketing especially, and when it comes to global positioning and branding? Are we going to be seeing a lot more of your many, many brands globally?
Well, to begin with, I think Tencent began to realize that we are a technology company. The ultimate purpose of the company's existence, the mission statement if you like, we exist with the aspiration to trying to improve the qualities of life of our audience. Just like what I mentioned to the group today, anything that's fascinating, you will be pretty frustrating at the same time. So I think that's the values of management and leadership, right? We're pretty gung-ho about the future. We will take one step at a time. We would like to believe that whenever there's a need that to be met, and when we can actually do a much better job than the existing incumbent, and I think that's where we are needed. It's not so much that we have a plan that we wanted to go and make this happen and make that happen.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.